Greetings, Wrestle Buddies, and welcome to the Crown Jewel 2022 Wrestle Buddy Prediction Show. I'm Nick the Geek, and I'm joined today by two wonderful people. I'm joined by the Quizmaster himself, Matty Laws. Matty, how are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. It is nice and chilly outside. We are expecting first snowfall today, gentlemen.
I've just put my heating on today for the first time all year. I'm really annoyed. It's going to cost me money. We are joined today, of course, by a man that I need to have a word with before the end of this show. A man that has raised a lot of controversy in the last couple of weeks. The king of professional wrestling, Jimmy Bebe. How are you, Jim?
You forgot the other name, Buddy Wars champion, right there.
You are not the Buddy Wars champion yet.
Champion.
It was a tie. Jimmy,
not going to change
Jimmy, it was a tie.
That I am the rightful champion here, and I am doing okay. I wish it was as cold over here as it is for you guys, though. I think it's like still 80 degrees for me, and that's nonsense.
It just dropped 1 degree. We are looking at 40 degrees outside.
Well, I don't know what that is in English. We use the metric system.
I was going to say Celsius. I don't know.
I haven't got a clue myself. Right, gents, but shall we get straight into this? First things first, how are you all excited for the card?
Nowhere near as excited as most of the other Saudi shows that we've watched.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not to say that there's some matches on here that have a lot of potential, like Brock Lesnar and Lashley. Yeah. That's going to be a meat fest that the Saudi fans are just going to be happy to watch.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I was about to say.
We all remember what happened at the Royal Rumble.
Not just the Rumble. We've seen Brock Lesnar in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Rest in peace, Ricochet's main roster run.
Jimmy, what about you?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm at like a 3 or a 4. That there's not a whole lot on this card that excites me.
Why is Braun and Omos on the show?
Because the Saudi prince has been trying to get someone like Andre the Giant for 5 years, even though Andre is dead. So they're giving him the two closest things in the modern.
I get it. I'm not mad at that match at all.
No.
But as far as all the matches go, there might be 2 that I'm like, yeah, I want to see. Everything else is kind of like. I'll be interested to see how they finish the Roman Logan match. That's the thing I think I'm most interested in is what are they going to do?
And I do know this is a WWE prediction show, but yeah, no, I'm extremely hyped to see Shibata back wrestling. I don't give a shit who his opponent is.
Yeah, let's just talk about that for a minute. One, it turns out that New Japan still refused to clear Shibata to wrestle, but AEW have cleared him to wrestle.
AEW is clearing people to wrestle that shouldn't wrestle somewhere else? You don't say.
Apparently so. I heard it on the news today.
The Shibata one is like, I was a little meh with Saraya returning. Anytime I see Shibata take any form of bump that rattles his head,
I'm going to be terrified.
Terrifies me. Dude almost died because his brain
He should have died. The guy was so lucky. But anyway, we're getting on a tangent here, boys. Back to the target at hand. So, first match. Alexa Bliss and Asuka versus Bayley's girls, Dakota Kai and Io Sky for the WWE Tag Team Championships. I won't call them Women's Tag Team Championships. It's superfluous at this point. They're just Tag Team Championships. What do we think? Matty?
They changed titles on Monday. They switched hands on Monday. I don't get the purpose of having this match on Crown Jewel less than a full week
to get more women on the card.
I understand to do that. If we were gonna do that, we could have done that with, say, Liv and Sonya Deville. We could have had their Extreme Rules match on the pay-per-view.
They could have just had Alexa and Asuka return attack Dakota
on Monday and then get the title match on the weekend.
Much probably better idea.
The match just doesn't make sense. It's like how they booked it. It won't be a horrible match, but it won't be like a 5-star barn burner.
No, I mean all four girls can wrestle.
It's gonna be a good match, but I don't see them doing a 5-day title reign for
they gave Dakota and Raquel like what a day.
Dude, no. They gave Dakota and Raquel, if I'm not mistaken, less than 12 hours.
Yeah.
They gave what was it in both their title runs? I think they got 3 days total.
Yeah.
I was about to say, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Dakota Kai's like, I am the longest I've ever held the title, and it was after like her first
Evening
night.
to you too, Russ.
How you doing,
Hey,
Russell?
Russell.
But yeah, no,
we'll get on Bray in a little bit, bud. We'll talk about Bray in a little bit.
We'll get to Bray.
This match won't be bad. It won't be great. It'll probably be good. I'm gonna go with Alexa and Asuka. I just don't see the reign lasting just 5 days.
Yeah. Jimmy?
When I saw they booked this match, this is exactly how I felt.
Oh no!
Like, why? You want to get more women on the card? I guess that's cool. Whatever. Do something different though. I thought this was very dumb. I'm with Maddie though. I think it would be. It's hard to think that they're going to allow Alexa and Asuka just to have a 5-day run and play hot potatoes with those titles.
Seems pointless.
Because if Triple H is wanting to be different than the previous regime, you can't play hot potato with these titles. Or else they're in the exact same position they were when Sasha and Naomi left, which is not what you want if they're on their way back. You don't want to piss them off again. So Alexa and Asuka I see winning. I think they end up holding these titles a pretty decent amount of time, honestly. And so we see them split because that's what WWE does with tag teams. And I think it'll be a decent match. I don't think it'll be anything special. Alexa and Asuka, though, I can't fathom seeing them lose.
You know, not to cut you off, Nick. Jimmy brought up a good point. They are kind of getting back to where they were with Sasha and Naomi. Mm-hmm. If you notice, a lot of the women that have held these belts genuinely care about these belts and want to elevate them.
Well, the fact is, if you look at women's wrestling in WWE, it gets presented reasonably well, but it's still not presented as well as the men. Mm-hmm. It never has been, and it probably never will be. But with Triple H and Stephanie running the show, hopefully things will change.
And just the women's tag belts, I do think they've been booked better under Triple H since they've had.
I'd agree with that.
I do think it's not what we want, but I think it's on the show a lot more. It's part of storylines. It's part of the show more often, and we're seeing them defended more often. You actually have girls that are part of teams that are kind of starting to grow that division, which is why I'm all for bringing in all these girls that everyone's like, why are they bringing in Chelsea Green? And this is why you need to have an Emma. More girls like that can create more tag teams where this division can be something serviceable.
Well, the division can grow and it can swell. And as you say, it can be an actual division as opposed to titles and a women's division.
If they play hot potato already with them, then just stop and give up because it's exactly what we were doing before and there's no need for it.
With what a lot of people complain about with like oversaturation of rosters, it tends to be in the male side of the rosters.
Yeah.
WWE needs to start putting more into their women's division. So I really enjoy seeing Emma returning. I enjoy seeing Chelsea Green returning. I'm going to be happy to see some of these talents come back in. Mia Yim's another one of those names because,
like he says, they're needed.
They are needed,
100%.
And some of them you can actually throw into teams, and it makes sense. Like Emma and Chelsea Green can get thrown into a team together because, hey, we both got canned, and we both made our names back popular somewhere else.
Let's put Tegan and Shotzi back together.
Yeah, because they're a good team. They are a good team.
They're a good team.
So that's my whole reason for it is I'm going to be hopeful that they're rebuilding this division.
And
that's
Mia
how I'm always
Yim
going to look at things.
And Mia Yim would be a good breath of fresh air in the main upper echelon.
If we're getting a mid-card title, which is what Bayley has been wanting to push, Mia Yim is perfect for that slot.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, so.
Just not Nia Jax. I saw that on Twitter the other day.
Botch Monkey doesn't need to come back.
Anybody, I will go to 2014 Bray Wyatt here. Anybody but you, Nia. I'm sorry.
Yeah, anybody but you. Well, I'm in agreement with you, boys. It's going to be Oscar and Alexa. I just don't see Triple H bouncing these belts around that much. Like you, I don't understand why they had the title match on Monday. They didn't just do it at the pay-per-view. It would have made a lot more sense.
Bro,
but
it's so rushed. Did you see the WWE's graphic that they created where it's Sasha Banks' hand on Alexa Bliss's body?
Yeah.
Did you?
That's how rushed this shit is. And it's like, what?
Did you see Alexa Bliss actually mention that on her Twitter?
I didn't.
She reposted it because on WWE's Twitter account, they posted that picture and said, in Saudi Arabia, it will be a rematch. And Alexa Bliss retweets it and goes, "So this is how we book the this is how we promote the match."
That's terrible.
It is terrible.
Yeah.
But we're all going
for tag champ before.
Yeah.
Use the whole render.
So we're all going for Oscar and Alexa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. Moving on. Next match, guys. Now this is a match that I am actually looking forward to. And I know a lot of people aren't looking forward to it, but I'm really looking forward to Judgment Day versus the OC.
Okay, I'm with you on that one, Nick, because once again, I enjoy the Good Brothers. They're good wrestlers.
Carl's a good wrestler. Luke Gallows
is a good heavy.
I'll give you that.
He's a good heavy. Anderson's a good wrestler. AJ is one of the greatest of all time. And then you've got Judgment Day, someone who's greener than dog shit. You've got Damian Priest, who is well within seasoned. And then you got Finn Balor, who also falls into that category of one of the greatest currently.
Just great. Well, I have a theory on this match because I had to watch somebody else's Raw recap this week.
You did it. You did it.
How is this Nick's fault?
You did it. Not my fault. All right, you did it. All right, but I had to watch another channel's Raw recap this week. I felt dirty. Right, but I had to watch Simon Miller's ups and downs. I had to watch Simon Miller's ups and downs. I felt wrong. But the simple fact is
why
the OC are teasing bringing in a girl to deal with Rhea Ripley. Who do you think it's going to be?
I've been Jimmy about that whole situation because I cannot put a finger on a name at all.
I'm sticking with the Chelsea Green one just because I think it would just be absolutely hilarious to watch Twitter lose their fucking mind.
It would. But I think just to make the whole wrestling world explode, it's going to be Charlotte Flair.
I prefer Chelsea Green.
She's got a great relationship with AJ.
Yeah, I was about to say they were mixed match tag partners.
She's got a great relationship with AJ. She's got history with Rhea. She's one of the girls on the roster that beat Rhea on the biggest stage. She shouldn't have won.
No, she shouldn't have. I'm still pissed off to that to this day.
But she did. It made sense at the time. But she didn't win. So I've got a little idea that we might see Charlotte Flair turn up in this match.
That makes sense a lot more than
we'll
a lot of
Charlotte
the other
on
names.
Raw too. SmackDown just get all nothing. Continues to
SmackDown. I'm with Jimmy. SmackDown needs star power, but if we're bringing back Naomi and Sasha, fuck it, send them to SmackDown.
Putting Charlotte on Raw does make sense if they're going Bianca Charlotte at the pay-per-view. You got to get one of them show. But man, I would hate it. I would hate it.
You would kind of have to bring Sasha and Naomi back to SmackDown at that point.
No, we're gonna put them on Raw as well.
Realistically, you need to put Naomi with the Bloodline.
Yeah, but the Bloodline is so fluid between the brands right now.
This is true.
It's mostly Roman and the Usos though, but that makes sense because they hold the Raw titles, so you have to have them on there every once in a while. That would make sense.
Yeah, it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think this match is going to be top notch. I mean, anytime AJ and Finn get in the ring together, it's a banger. Anytime the match between Damian Priest and Carl Anderson on Monday was fantastic.
I was about to say this match is probably going to make magic, and then we're going to get Tinkerbell's off cousin coming in anytime Dominic Mysterio gets in the ring. A little bit of that pixie dust is going in the wrong way, if you guys know what I mean.
Yeah, well, the simple fact is I've said it from day one, Dominic belongs in NXT. And I know the main reason he's on the main roster is because of Ray. It was part of Day's agreement with coming back. He has improved a great deal, and I think Judgment Day is massively good for Dominic.
Dude, I'll point this out. The frog splash he hit on Raw was easily the best frog splash he's done, and the matches he's had since joining Judgment Day are easily the best matches he's had. He's had some good dance partners, without a shadow of a doubt.
That last promo did kind of make my stomach turn, though, when he called himself the greatest Mysterio to ever live. I almost threw up in my mouth.
So you're mad at him?
Oh no, it worked. Like I said, it worked. It made me throw up in my mouth.
I'm all in on Dominic at this point because my whole thing.
I want him to succeed.
He has to show me that he's improving, and since he's shown up with Judgment Day, he's done just that.
Yeah.
So
credit where credit is due when it comes down to it. And
again, if you're
sad point, but anyone that wants to rock an Eddie Guerrero mullet just to piss the fan base off,
he still needs that stash. He needs to grow that stash.
Yeah, he does need to grow the stash. He needs the pencil stash with a little tiny goatee down there.
I think putting him with people like Finn and Priest, who have both been around for well over 10 years.
That's not his dad.
Yeah, that's
out of his comfort zone.
It takes him out of his comfort zone, and him going on the house show circuit with them is going to do wonders for him.
I saw a picture of him like he was doing something with Finn during their travels. That means he's doing things outside.
Yeah, he's working with them outside.
And that's something that's needed. And
it's going to build his charisma because Priest is charisma personified.
I feel so bad for Priest right now. But Dominic, it's going to sound crazy comparing him to Roman here. But Roman, as a face, didn't work. We felt like he was being forced on us, and it was like, what the fuck are you doing? The second they said, you know what, do your thing, do this, it became more natural, and it worked. The same things happened with Dominic. He's not going to reach those heights. It's not going to happen. But the difference that I'm seeing in him when he was with Ray and now is night and day. He's getting real heat. People can shut up with their piped-in crowd noise nonsense because I watched the shows.
People are booing this kid.
So unless WWE started resorting to using CGI on the crowds to make it look like they're actually cheering, the fake crowd stuff. They're really
I will say WWE has done that before where they used old footage, but they haven't done that recently.
They're not doing it now. I'm literally watching the back shot and I'm seeing people react to Dom. So I know it's legit. It's working for him. I want to see how far he can take it. Because like you said, I want him to succeed. I want everybody to succeed. I don't want to shit on the guy just because he was pooping with his daddy.
The fact is, he's a generational guy. It's always good to see the generational guys come into the business and do well. It carries on the legacy of their family. It carries on the legacy with the fans, and it's just good for business all in all. But I mean, when it comes down to this match, I think the highlight's going to be AJ and Finn, obviously, because it's AJ and Finn. I think Priest and Carl will have another good little exchange about halfway through the match or something like that because they worked very well together. Their chemistry was very good on Monday.
And I think Carl will make Dom look good in the ring too because Carl can sell.
Carl Anderson is an underrated worker. Like, if nobody saw his G1 run when he got to the finals, Jesus Christ. Like, I know you watched it, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Carl Anderson's run to the G1 the G1 semi-finals was some of the best guys.
Final, didn't he?
I thought it was the semis. No, you're right. It was the
he
final.
made it to the finals.
I thought he made it to the finals because I saw someone saying like he's been living off that run for years now.
People saying that need to stop talking.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying it.
I know you're not, Jim, but
because as much as I don't like the Good Brothers, I'll give him credit where it's due. He's a great worker.
I will also say
kind of an asshole.
I will say though, Abs Anderson has lost his abs.
Yeah, Abs Anderson has lost his abs. The machine gun's ammo has started to go a bit low.
But with that, I'm taking OC here. I think Damian Priest is eating another pinfall here. I feel so bad for that guy.
Yeah, well, I think Dominic's going to get saved by Rhea again. And that's why Damian's going to eat the pin.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Finn eating the pinfall. It doesn't make sense to have Finn eat the pinfall. And I see AJ beating Priest. So I am also going with the OC. Matty? It's a hard one to call.
No, I'm going to get some shit for this one because I see Dominic pinning either Anderson or Gallows.
Oh, okay.
I see Dominic getting the win here in Saudi Arabia.
So you think they're going to
I see
quash the Good Brothers as soon as they brought him in?
Because in the way I see it, they couldn't solve the Rhea problem because due to reasons they could not get their female partner out to Saudi Arabia. They're gonna find a way to gimmick it. They're gonna find a way to gimmick it. We called her. She said she'd be there. She missed her flight. So
Rhea's gonna try and get involved. Their female friend is gonna show up, chase Rhea off. Dom's gonna get distracted by it, and then while that's happening, Damian Priest takes the shit.
Yeah. I just have to go against you guys for the sake of the video. I would like to say the OC, but pencil me in for the Judgment Day.
Okay. All right, moving on to the next match, guys. We have the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. The Usos defending against the Brawling Brutes. Yes, he has, David. Completely agree. And see, David's smart. He agrees with us today.
Sometimes he's smart.
He's made some steps, but there's still a lot of steps to go.
Yes.
Like I always say, you can always improve. Like even your top level guys can always improve.
Yeah. Everyone can get better.
But working with someone as well seasoned as Finn Balor, someone who's been on the road as much as Damian Priest, you got two guys who can literally be like, hey, this will work for this crowd, but if we go to, say, Detroit next week,
need to change
that's not going to work.
And I think another thing is he's involved in something that's interesting for the first time since he got on the roster.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of flavor to it.
That's something to like motivate you. Like, hey, we'll keep putting you in these positions if you prove that you're worthy to be in these positions. If you're not, then, we'll just start putting you with your daddy again, and y'all will lose to the Brutes.
Omos.
Yeah, that's what we'll do to you. We'll have you getting squashed by Veer again. So show us that you're making the effort.
I almost forgot that Dominic was the first person Veer just murdered and then disappeared.
And then Veer disappeared, and he's coming back to NXT with his old name. Along with his old tag team partner.
Wait. He's going back down to NXT. He's not Veer Mahan anymore?
No, he's dressed. They're dressed up in these nice business suits, and they're supposed to be like moguls. They're trying to repackage.
No way.
Not stereotypical gimmicks. Actually, real gimmicks.
They're not packaging them as foreign heels.
Yeah, so I like that. I think that's a good way to do it.
Oh no, I thought they were just going back and just throwing Veer and Shanky back together.
No.
Not Shanky. Someone else.
No.
Okay, I was like, oh no.
God for that. No, somebody else. There's somebody else. All right, boys. But Usos versus the Brawling Brutes. Now, I'm going to say it again. Anyone that thinks the Brutes are winning is fucking dumb.
Yeah, no, I can't.
You're crazy if you think the Usos are going to lose those belts, because everybody who has the right mind in wrestling understands that they are building towards the New Day versus the Usos a couple of days before the Usos break the New Day's title, which the Usos will then win the match, retain, and break the New Day's
Usos
run.
Close already?
Yes.
They're very close.
They're very close. They're on 700 and nearly. No, what is it? What was the New Day's record?
I don't know.
486 days, I think. And I think the Usos are now on about 390 something.
I think it's Royal Rumble time is about the time they break.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But anyway, back to my point. Anybody that thinks the Usos are losing this match is stupid. There is not a chance in hell that Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland are going to beat the Usos on a Saudi show, right, to break up this title reign. Now, I love Pete Dunne, and I think Ridge Holland's got a hell of a future ahead of him. But there is no way on God's green earth that the Usos are losing this match. It just doesn't make sense to have them lose this match.
Which is exactly why I'm taking the Usos. Yeah, I'm not doing that. This is another one of those. Did they even announce this on SmackDown, or was it one of those internet reveals? Like,
no, this was announced on SmackDown last week.
Okay, they're just building up towards Brutes versus Bloodline stuff, and
And I'm assuming Sheamus versus Roman when he comes back from getting married.
Yeah, probably be a war game situation, honestly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Solo will come into play on this one too, and it'll help the Usos retain against the Brutes. And thank goodness, because I don't want Ridge Holland getting the title. I don't.
No, neither do I.
Yet.
No,
Not
when you
yet,
break,
no.
I'm sorry, but as far as I'm concerned, and this is just me, if you injure somebody as severely as Rich Holland has injured somebody, you should not be rewarded with title reigns.
Yep.
You should be pushed back down the card and
And
have to prove
Fight
yourself
your way
again.
back up.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you literally break the neck of the last WWE
One of the most liked
champion
people in the locker room.
yeah, not just the last WWE champion, somebody that
everybody loves,
personally loved, and it was literally because he just held him too high. That's it.
Yeah.
It was such a horrible
simple
mistake.
Yeah, and Big E understood it too. Like, accidents like that happen, freak accidents happen, but again, you're not going to reward that guy with a title less than a year after that shit happened. I apologize.
You're not ending the Usos' reign, buddy.
Not a chance in hell. The fact is, Ridge just isn't ready. Even if he hadn't injured Big E back then,
he wasn't ready.
He's not ready. He's nowhere near ready. He's good. He's got potential. He's got all the potential in the world.
He's fun in ring. I enjoy his brand of charisma because it's different.
I think his ceiling is someone's muscle. That's what I see of it. I don't think he has the charisma to be anything more than just somebody's muscle.
I'll tell you now, he's from Yorkshire. Nobody from Yorkshire has charisma. That place is a giant charisma vacuum. It is like a black hole of entertainment.
Do y'all not see like an Ezekiel Jackson Intercontinental title reign with him, or
hell no?
You don't ever see him holding the mid card title?
Nope.
If he does, that means he surprised the shit out of me, and I'm all for it. I'm always prove me wrong is my motto when it comes to stuff like this. I just don't see it. I just don't.
Okay.
Matty, what's your opinion on the match?
I really like the dynamic of the Usos versus the Brutes. Their matches have been fun. It's just we've seen this for a couple of months already, right? Like previously.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of excitement behind this match for me. It's going to be a fun match, but yeah, no, like you said, Nick, like you said, Jim, you would be dumb if you were to put your money anywhere else. Like if we were to put our chips all in on a match during our prediction show, this would be the match to throw all your chips in on.
Oh yeah, this is all in.
This is your guaranteed money match.
Oh, without shadow.
You heard it from the man. Put your bets in on it. And if you lose out, it's on him, not on us.
Well, we didn't tell you to do a thing.
Go get his ass.
Please gamble responsibly, and thank you very much for the sponsorship. Right. So,
thank you,
predictions, guys.
Yeah, Usos.
It's got to be, right?
This could be the match of the night. I'll say that. It could be.
Yes, it could.
I think you have three really, really, really talented guys in there, and you have Rich Holland. So it could be a good one. The Usos win. It's not even a question. Yeah. And just to touch on this, Sami Zayn attack both. Sami Zayn will not be at the show, so that can't happen.
No.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Sami Zayn does not go to Saudi Arabia because Sami Zayn has Syrian heritage and does not go to that country. That's it.
And we if you guys want to talk about it a little bit at the end, because this might be a bit of an uneasy show to watch, like just with what could happen.
No, we'll talk about it now, mate. Basically, in the news over the last couple of days, it's been announced that there have been bomb threats from Iran towards Saudi Arabia ahead of Crown Jewel. Now, we all knew that WWE was never going to cancel this show because that's not what WWE do. They do not negotiate with terrorists.
And my friend, the talent has landed in Saudi Arabia
it's
already.
Not in Florida. Mm-hmm. You read something you shouldn't have read, man.
Yeah, it's Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, the talent has already landed in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they're already there. So it's going to happen. But as you say, this could be a very risky thing for WWE because if these threats go ahead, then God knows what's going to happen.
That puts so many high level talent at risk.
Oh, just like the world champion, the main roster.
The Paul brothers.
One of the greatest generational wrestlers of our time, AJ Styles is out there.
Finn Balor, one of the greatest generation wrestlers of his
according
time.
According to PW Insider, ahead of this event, WWE has been in regular communications with the State Department And additionally, the company has been informed that the alleged endangered area is far from Riyadh. I don't know how to say it. Riyadh, which is the planned site of Crown Jewel. So they're going forward with it under the understanding that if there are these attacks that are going to be carried out, it won't be anywhere near the place they will be. And they're in regular communications to kind of keep an ear to the ground. Like, okay, should we not?
Yeah. Which they should be doing.
I fully believe that if there was a pot, like,
after the last time the Good Brothers were in Saudi Arabia, you would think
it's easy to say they should do it because of a possible threat, but there's a possible threat literally every day when we wake up. Yeah. If there is a real threat that presents itself, I have no doubt in my mind that WWE pulls the plug and gets out.
I completely agree.
I will say, however, to tie back to Joker's earlier comment, I don't see that happening until Royal Rumble time.
Ain't happening at all, baby.
No, I mean, it's already been announced that the planned Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn storyline versus the Bloodline that was going to happen has been put on hold because Triple H has turned around and gone, this is making too much noise. The fans are enjoying it too much. It's
an elimination chamber is in Sami's backyard.
Yeah.
Good
elimination
point.
chamber is in Montreal. So, and don't you think it's really strange that they move Elimination Chamber from a country that Sami Zayn cannot go to
Montreal,
to his hometown?
To do what?
To win the championship.
WWE.
And I think I already know how it's going to happen. Roman gets eliminated early. Sami is the last remaining member of the Bloodline in the chamber.
I will let you know.
Oh, hang on, Jim. Go on.
Finish. I'm sorry. I'm very excited about this.
Sami is the last member of the Bloodline in the chamber. Sami has to win the title to save it for Roman. And then my brother's idea is Roman can spend the next 3 months protecting Sami Zayn. Keeping the belt on him to make sure that nobody can get that belt off Sami except for Roman when Roman's ready to take it back off Sami.
If you're putting the belt on Sami, you better do it right. And it's going to come down to Sami and Roman. Roman's going to think he has it in the bag because Sami is right there in his back pocket. Haluva kick, mofo. 1, 2, 3. Sami needs to pin Roman right in the middle of that ring. 1, 2, 3 in Montreal to get his Road Warrior, Stone Cold Steve Austin, CM Punk 7-year return pop that he rightfully fucking deserves for all the stuff he's been doing the past year. You don't just ignore what's happened here. This man is over.
However, it happens.
Like, over doesn't even cover it.
Yeah, he's in the ring with Roman at times, and they're chanting Sami Zayn.
However it happens, if Sami Zayn holds that belt aloft on the live watch along, I will be in tears.
That's why I've already scheduled my appearance. You don't want to miss this. I'm fucking fly through the roof of the house. You won't be able to contain this.
I will go insane.
You can see the excitement already on me. It hasn't even happened.
Yeah,
if Sami wins this title in Montreal, I will go ballistic.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I'm going to be so happy.
I will be so happy. I might actually cry. That is him and Kevin Owens again, because Kevin Owens already won the belt, but Sami Zayn, if he wins the World Heavyweight title, that is a moment that I will genuinely be jumping up and down.
And then we get Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania for a title and a day one main event.
And I'll cry again.
Which I called in my article. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It'd be amazing. Right. Anyway, boys, back to the match card. Okay, next match. Now, this one should actually be good fun, in my opinion. I'm not excited for it. But Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross. Sorry. Yeah, it is still Karrion Kross. I was going to call him Killer Kross then. But Karrion Kross.
Cage, right?
In a steel cage. Now, I know the concept of a steel cage match is to keep Scarlett out. Which means that Scarlett will interfere. Scarlett will interfere, and Drew will probably lose this match. I think Karrion should win this feud. He's just come back. He needs to be posted as a legitimate threat and a title contender for future champions. I don't understand why Drew would win this feud. Drew's pretty much bulletproof at this point. He can afford to eat losses as long as he looks strong in defeat. So I'm going with Kross. I just don't see Drew winning this match. And I definitely see Scarlett getting involved in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's a fireball through the cage or she sneaks something through the cage. Something
raise the cage with her witch powers.
That would be cool.
Yeah, lights go out in the arena, lights come back on, and there's 5 Scarlets in the ring around him.
Hey, I love spooky bollocks in professional wrestling, so if they want to do that, I'm all for it.
Shit, what was that group in Lucha Underground that Io Shirai was a part of? The Triad or something like that?
The Lady Ninjas.
Yeah, just do that with a bunch of blonde girls that look like Scarlet.
No.
I would kill to see that.
Honestly, though, I think this should be an interesting match. Like, I don't think it's going to be a good match. If you watched SmackDown the other week when it was Karrion Kross versus Badcap Moss, those two boys did not match up well. The whole point of that match was just for Kross to cut a promo with Madcap in the Kross jacket.
Yeah, I was about to say Moss only has good chemistry with like 3 people.
Yeah, that's it.
His footwork is not very good.
No, it's terrible.
Watch him run the ropes. It's Mongo McMichael-esque.
No, I was just about to say that's what it feels like.
His timing is dog shit.
Yeah,
he hits the ropes like a fucking football player, hard as shit.
Yeah.
And he doesn't hit him flat back either. He hits him with his ribs, which is not going to do him any good in the long run.
I was about to say, you can tell because boy's got big ass bruises on his side.
Yeah, all the time. Right, but what do you reckon, boys? So I'm going with Karrion Kross just because I think he honestly needs to win this match. Jimmy?
Yeah.
I'm going. I think Drew has to win. I think Drew is taking loss after loss. He's looked very weak against Karrion. And if he's going to win any match against Karrion Kross, a cage match, like Bianca beating Bayley in a ladder match, it protects him. It doesn't make him look weak. It just means Drew escapes. Okay?
But at the same time, the reverse, Drew can look strong if Karrion wins.
But at the same time, we also have it in the back of our head that he's already beat Drew. So I think Drew has to get a win here.
But it's come with the fact that Scarlett literally mounted Drew and maced him in the face.
This doesn't matter. He still lost.
There's been a fireball and a mace that's hit that man in the face.
He's still lost. I think Drew wins. He escapes, and then Karrion Kross can just use you escaped as his reason for a rubber match.
Some reason they can keep the feud going.
Yeah, exactly. I think Karrion Kross can win the third one and be off to whatever they have planned for him. I think Drew needs to win.
I can see where Jimmy's coming from. It's a good, I like that. I'm not a big fan of it continuing the storyline, which is why I'm with Nick here, and I hope that Kross wins to end it.
Yeah.
But something that we didn't really bring up is these Saudi shows never really are a end of a feud. Like they only do one-off feuds for these Saudi shows.
Fiend Rollins, I think, was the only one I can think of where it kind of was the blow-off.
Yeah. I was about to say
that was just to kind of also fix a
Edge Rollins, that was the blow-off, right?
Was it? I thought that was the second match.
No, that was the second match.
Yeah, that was the second. Okay. I was about
Which was really stupid. We'll go halfway through a feud and have a Hell in a Cell instead of doing it at the end, just because it's that time of year. Oh, bloody stupid.
Courtney, good to see you here. No,
is it as dumb as doing your first match in a feud as strap match and then doing the second one as cage match was essentially the same thing? So you can't get away from me. Bitch, he got away from me last time. It didn't work. You did it.
No, Courtney, it is not true that Crown Jewel is in the Performance Center. Crown Jewel is going to be held in Saudi Arabia. The talent have already landed in Saudi Arabia.
That announcement that people are going off of, it even states pay-per-view. That's how you know it's not legit.
No, because it's not a pay-per-view anymore. It's a premium live event.
Yeah.
But I would like this feud to end because I want Kross to move on. We can move Drew onto something more mid-card level because, I understand he is a top-level talent. He is a top-level talent, but you got Gunther there that Drew can have a banger of a feud with.
Yeah.
I think Drew helped the Brawling Brutes, honestly, going into Survivor Series.
Okay.
Yeah,
to give Sheamus his time.
To give him a fourth member, yeah.
It gives Drew it solidifies that the Brutes are baby faces now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And it helps
gives
build
them a
that
fourth
relationship.
member to go head to head against the
Bloodline.
And if there's a 5-on-5, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah.
And Courtney, if you didn't know, Jimmy did look it up. The imminent threat to the area apparently is not near where the talent will be. So
nowhere near Riyadh.
So we should not be too much worried. The show should go on without too much of an issue.
We hope.
We say 2 days, 3 days before the show.
We got
it. A lot could change.
Anything could happen in that time. They could blow. The arena could be set on fire. There could be a freak storm or a tornado or anything could happen. But at the moment, talent are in Saudi Arabia, and the plan is to go ahead with Crown Jewel. All right. So predictions, guys. I'm going Cross.
Drew.
And I'm going Cross.
As my boy calls him, handsome boy Drew.
As we call him in the house, Big Daddy Drew.
Okay, now another match that I am not particularly excited for, but I perfectly understand why it's happening in Saudi Arabia.
I'm the only person in the world that's excited for this match.
I'm not excited.
Is it the Braun Omos match?
It is indeed Braun Strowman versus the Nigerian Giant Omos. Now,
I want a power slam off the top of the fucking ring through the rope.
A bit of a history lesson. In the Saudi Arabia shows, the very first Saudi Arabia show, the Saudi prince requested the Ultimate Warrior, who was dead, Andre the Giant, who was dead, and Yokozuna, who was dead. Now, God rest these men's souls, but it shows that the Saudi prince is a massive fan of 80s professional wrestling. And the one match that you can put on that personifies 80s professional wrestling more than anything else in WWE is the Omos and Braun, the two biggest, beefiest boys that could go out there and slap some beef. Unfortunately, Omos isn't very good at slapping beef.
He's not very good at moving. He's got the Khali syndrome in his knees.
Which, considering
when he
he
shoved
was a
Braun,
basketball
that's like
player,
one of the funniest things I've ever seen, man.
Oh my God. It was like a 5-year-old where Braun threw himself out of the ring.
He like took a step back to pose for a second, and then he pushed him. It was like, "What are you doing,
bro?
Don't do that."
It was the lunge forward before he pushed him to see if Braun would flinch that made me laugh. The Braun just laughed at.
Funny.
Right, but I'm probably the only guy who sees this happening. But thanks to MVP, I say Omos wins. Like, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this match.
Oh no,
I see it being a very long match.
Here's what I'll say. I read something. I don't know the validity of it, but I read somewhere that MVP will not be at the show.
Oh.
He wasn't at the last Saudi show either.
That's a good point. Okay, well, if that's the case, I'm changing my prediction. Because the only way I saw Omos winning was with MVP's assistance. So I'm going to go with the assumption that this match is now to get Braun over even more. Because I know this is Braun's first PLE since he's come back. Like, it's his first PLE match since he's come back. They are rebuilding him as the monster of all monsters.
Yeah.
So technically, the monster of all monsters should beat the Nigerian Giant.
Yes.
See, and he's saying yes, no MVP. So no MVP there. Oh, my bad. He agrees with Jimmy. That's a good way to go, Brooklyn. That's a surefire way to be a winner, baby.
Suplex off the top? Nah.
12 Eastern is the main card start time. The pre-show starts at 11 Eastern. I don't know where that is.
Omos is a big...
And if you're in England, because we are an hour ahead from our time difference this week, it will be starting at 4 p.m., not 5 p.m.
Omos is a big dude. I wholeheartedly see Braun needing the middle rope to get him up for that power bomb. Like,
no. If you think Braun Strowman can fight physics, right, to powerbomb Omos, you've got another thing coming. Right?
Why not, bro?
Why not? Because physics doesn't allow a fulcrum to take something that is 3 times its size and throw it up above its head. It's against gravity.
I watched Wardlow
2 words. Kevin
Do it to
Nash-
Morrissey, and Morrissey is significantly bigger than Wardlow.
He does have a good point there.
He is significantly bigger, and
Yeah,
Wardlow
he-
did
Morrissey,
it fairly
Morrissey
easily.
is,
But Morrissey is built
old.
like Morrissey is built like a normal human being who just
Braun
happens
Strowman
to
isn't
be
a
very,
normal
very
human
tall.
being. That dude's a freak of nature.
Yeah. So
I was about to say,
Omos.
and Morrissey is only 2 or 3 inches shorter
The
than
only
Omos.
way Braun Strowman is powerbombing Omos is out of a Tower of Doom-esque spot from the corner. They'll
I
have
said,
Omos
Kevin,
climb
I'm telling you
onto
right now, if Braun Strowman wins, it's from a power bomb. If it's not from a power bomb, then I don't accept the result. And we all know how serious I am about not accepting results here,
Yes.
buddy boy.
Don't buddy boy me. We'll talk about this
Buddy
later.
boy, buddy wars, fake nonsense. Let me tell you something. I'm taking Omos here, and I'm telling you why. Just because MVP isn't there. Oh, look at I'm not doing a rant. I'm talking about Omos.
I see.
I'm talking about Omos and Braun here. I'm fixing. I don't want to be the. There we go. How about them apples? Anyway, so Omos, just because MVP isn't there, doesn't mean somebody else isn't there. I think the Hurt Business gets back in business, joining Omos, and it's going to be. I don't know who you do. It won't be Bobby Lashley, but I think Hurt Business comes into play here and helps Omos beat Braun Strowman.
Shelton and Cedric.
Dale.
Cedric, maybe not Shelton.
Hello, Dale.
But then again, Shelton just lost his tag partner, so yeah, that could be a thing.
The loser stays in.
Shut up, Dale. No, this is going to be a fun match. I really do think it's going to be a fun match.
Honestly, it's not going to be
go over 4 minutes.
No. Make it like 5 minutes at max, but it has potential to be fun. It's not going to be a good match in any way, shape, or form, but it could be fun.
And so
but the only way I see Braun powerbombing Omos is out of the corner if Omos tries to mount.
That's what I said. I want to see Braun hit the corner power bomb.
Just to argue that point, though, that it won't be a good match. If it's a fun match, it is a good match. And that's what I'll say.
Yeah, if you have enjoyment watching the match, it was a good match.
Okay, let me rephrase. It won't be technically a good match.
No. Technically sound, this match
it's
will
not
be.
a Dave Meltzer slobber knocker 5-star Tokyo Dome fest.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care about Dave Meltzer and his 5 to 7-star ratings. I like wrestling. I don't care who it is or what they do. It's just they can't wrestle. Their pair of them can't wrestle. It's going to be 2 dudes having a fight, which I'm absolutely fine with.
Let's do it, baby.
Absolutely fine with. Right, so prediction.
Yes, it does seem brutal because it's going to happen.
He gonna hoist them up like a regular power bomb. If Braun wins, he's power bombing.
Quick question. How heavy is Omos?
I believe
not heavy enough.
I believe close to 4.
And he's over 400 pounds, babe.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think his build weight is 425, but let me check.
I got you.
Okay, get it, Jim.
Well, there is a possibility that Braun can lift that weight. But I would guess who else was a freak of nature? Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash is nowhere near the freak of nature that Braun Strowman is, man.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What happened when Nash tried to powerbomb Big Show?
If I came into an alleyway and I look this way and I see Kevin Nash, I look this way and I see Braun Strowman, I'm not hesitating for a moment to go Kevin Nash's way. I think I can get past Kevin Nash. Braun Strowman is going to murder me.
No, I agree with this.
But I just 403 pounds.
There you go.
403.
So he is technically within the weight limit for Braun to get up, but the physics says that he can't powerbomb him normally. He's too tall.
It will definitely be a sight to see.
Are you sitting here with me that morning for the show?
Me?
I am indeed.
Are you too, Jim?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. So if that happens, I don't know, but
I might just jump in for this match.
Okay.
So that I can fucking be like, I told you.
No, if Braun powerbombs Omos, I will be amazed. I just don't see it happening without, as you say, Matty, assistance of the middle rope.
Even if that happens, it still counts.
Oh, it still counts, but not. He's not going to powerbomb him normally. Like, not a chance.
Nothing will ever be the technical masterpiece that Sane and Knoxville were, Dale. You know this, man.
That was an amazing match. I don't care what anybody says. Knoxville
thank you, Ethan. Thank you very much for the comment. Appreciate it, bud.
Thanks, dude.
I can honestly say that you guys are talking this match up. I have no faith or any I'm not looking forward to this.
GCW nonsense.
Bro, even in GCW, they've got some matches that I sit there and go, oh, okay.
Yeah, for a start, anything involving Juicy for now.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there going, oh, those are some big boys that
I'm just joking.
can't really move. Like Braun's shown that he can move. Braun's shown that he can wrestle good matches.
Who does Braun have the best matches with?
Big guys.
The big boys.
Big guys. Point proven, his match with Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley in the triple threat match. His last match before they fucking fired him.
It was beautiful. The stuff he did with Bobby Lashley in singles matches
was really good.
Really good.
Really good.
The only thing is he's essentially facing the Great Khali in terms of movement.
No, he's facing the fence. That's what he's facing.
Insane. That is an insane comparison to make. Omos moves infinitely times better than the damn Great Khali.
I'm sorry, because Omos can walk a straight line.
Omos can run too, man.
He used to be a basketball player. Give him credit.
They put him underneath the basket. Don't tell me he was a basketball player.
Well, you gonna tell Shaquille O'Neal he wasn't a basketball player?
No, because Shaquille O'Neal will step on my ass.
Omos will step on your ass.
Exactly. That's why I can say it.
Right.
Yeah,
so
Omos.
I am taking Braun.
I'm taking Omos just for the sole fact that I don't see Braun doing the power bomb to him.
And I'll say this: if Braun power bombs him, I automatically make this my favorite match of the night.
Okay. Right, moving on. Next match choice. Now, this is a match that I am 50% really excited for and 50% really worried it's going to turn out like their last encounter.
Now,
Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar.
I was there live for their first match.
Yes, you were.
I have the live bias on this, so if you will allow me to speak on it first.
Be my guest.
I was able to see Lashley Lesnar live. I feel like for the feeling of the match, the big fight feel that was going on around it, the only reason it didn't live up to expectations is because it had to end with Roman coming out and ending it the way it did. Aside from that, everything about the match was exactly what we wanted. It was Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley beating the dog shit out of each other. At least that's how it came across whenever I was there live. I still have not gone back and watched it on TV.
Do not. Because
you have a very good memory of it, so don't. That's what I'll say.
Don't go back and watch it on TV, mate.
From what I heard,
watched it live.
From what I heard, I should not go back and rewatch that pay-per-view because it did not look good on pay-per-view.
I don't think the pay-per-view was as bad as people think it was. I think people just are hung up on the finishes of the Rumble matches, which were terrible.
Not only that, a lot of people shit on the ending of Roman versus Seth, which I get.
I liked it.
I thought it was a great ending for them.
Roman versus Seth. That was the year Seth wore the Shield gear, right?
Yeah, that was the year that
I thought that was a great match.
Yeah, I loved the ending to it. But
I really enjoyed that match.
Yeah. Dale kind of got a good point there.
I'll say this. The problem I had with the Rumble match was that I don't feel like there was any intensity. It just felt like two guys in there having a wrestle match, not two guys that actually hated each other.
That was the thing. It felt like they were going through the motions.
So the big fight feel didn't translate over onto TV.
It was literally Brock came out. He kind of verbally assassinated Bobby Lashley, which is an insane thought to even think of, that Brock Lesnar verbally assassinated anybody, but he did. And then when the match happened, Bobby Lashley was just a guy who was there in the ring with him. There was no okay, I want to hurt this guy. This
and
time
I will also say in that match, I can almost pinpoint to you guys where he got hurt leading into the match at Elimination Chamber, because Lashley did not have another match up until that point.
Nope.
Lashley got hurt taking one of those German suplexes, and if you saw, he
was taking them horribly. I remember
he was landing on the top of his head.
No, he was turning and landing right here on some of them. I remember. I was like, why is he taking them that way?
Flat back, he landed on his shoulder. And that's what screwed his shoulder.
If there's one person in wrestling I'm going to trust to give me a German suplex, it's Brock Lesnar. And Bobby Lashley had no trust in him. I've never probably been German suplexed and manhandled like that before, so I guess I can see it.
I'm looking forward to this match in Saudi Arabia.
I think the intensity is there this time. I think this match is going to be awesome.
The intensity is more than enough there. If you I don't think you watched Raw this week, Jim. But if you did see Raw this week, flipping the pull apart brawl that they did.
There you go, Nick.
No. True important, right? One. No, he's not. My show. He hasn't won anything yet.
Look at this man with a power trip. It's my show.
No.
Who wins?
It is my show.
No
and if it was up to
win.
me, I would be deciding who won because the original idea was if there was a tie, my vote would take it. But because I am fair, we're going to skip to this now, which keeps getting brought up. This Monday at 11 p.m. UK time, Jimmy, there will be a tiebreaker. This tiebreaker will be a 5-round quiz. Thanks for the idea, Matty. This is a 5-round quiz, which is fair, even, and done both ways between yourself and the captain. The winner of this 5-round quiz will be crowned
My hands are out
Season
of it.
1 champion.
My hands are out of it.
I am hosting the quiz.
So what I'm hearing here is I have a spot in this quiz where you want me to dance like a puppeteer to see who won something that I already won. So it's my spot. Hold on. It's my spot that I can do whatever I want with. Yes?
Within reason.
Okay. I will not be there. I will find someone to replace me.
Okay, that's fine. As long as somebody shows up to either win or get their ass handed to them, I don't care what happens. As long as there is an ass in that seat on the other side of that camera when I am sat there, I couldn't care less. But know this, if you do not show up and you do not find a replacement, you can never compete in Buddy Wars ever again. Don't ooh me. I have it known fact that you said it was the most fun you've ever had on this channel. So
beforehand, and then shit went sour. So whoever replaces me, he could take my spot and Buddy Wars for the rest. I don't even care. I will find someone. He will fill in for me, and he'll beat Captain. That's not hard. I've already done it, and he'll be the champion. We're gonna have someone who didn't even participate be the champion. I'm gonna show what kind of nonsense is going on here. Look at here.
Right.
Rip King is running the show. Drew, my boy Drew, he knows what he's talking about.
I'm going to mute Drew out the comments in a minute because he's beating your ego too much of a stroke.
Hey, don't mute him. I think that's someone I know.
Okay.
Tell him, Jimmy.
Tell him, Jimmy. I will tell you now, this show will not be having any more shenanigans. Will not have any more conspiracy nonsense around it. I put this show together.
Going on Monday. We're having
I put this show together. I put this
better booker.
Well, I could have just done a
look to find out who's the best actor in the world.
Excuse me. We've had several rounds of booking, and guess what? It was a tie. So what am I supposed to do? Give you another book so you can tie again?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do the Roman Reigns babyface run?
My suggestion was that we book the next pay-per-view so that we're basically going from what we already booked and seeing if there was any life after the fact, as opposed to just hot-shotting some things.
Well, no, I'm absolutely fine with that. But the boss has decided otherwise.
The higher power.
Conspiracy shit.
Our higher power.
What's the next match we're going over here? I'm over this nonsense.
Buddy Wars. Fine, I will deal with you on Monday.
In the title of my name, it's Buddy Wars Champion. Get off that. Get off him. Not him.
Bobby
well, what can we say? We've moved along. We're just going to stay here now. This is absolutely fine. No, look at it.
Right there. Buddy Wars Champion. It says it so right there.
Thank you.
Bobby Lashley for the win on this match.
Anyway,
yeah, Bobby Lashley wins.
Bobby Lashley wins. I'm glad we're all in agreement.
Hold on. Dale asked a question, and I want to answer it because before I went off crazy and stuff. Between you three, which is the most sensible business? I'll say this. If Bobby beats Brock, that's the one. Because if Bobby is beating Brock, what you're doing is essentially setting Bobby up to be a person that can elevate.
I'm assuming he meant sensible business match.
Yes.
I was about to say.
That's why I didn't really say the word. I figured he meant sensible.
Well, we'll talk about sensible first, and then I'll talk about my sensual match because I think it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah. But if you have Bobby beat Brock here clean, basically anybody who beats Bobby from now on is doing something significantly more
it's a massive
important than if you just beat Bobby prior to beating Brock. Brock beat Undertaker at WrestleMania and just ended the streak because that immediately made Brock Lesnar a bigger fucking deal. So if Bobby can do the same thing, obviously it's not as big as ending the streak. It still sets.
It's still beating Brock Lesnar on a PLE.
What I would like to see is Bobby go to the Judgment Day after this, feud with the Judgment Day, so that when Finn beats Bobby Lashley, after Bobby Lashley beat Brock Lesnar, all of a sudden you're looking at Finn in a whole new light. And that would be the best business decision, in my opinion.
No, I'd agree with that. It's definitely Bobby Brock if all goes well and Bobby wins.
If
Brock wins, it's not a sensible business decision because Brock is a very part-timer.
I saw a real good name for David, a nickname for David earlier today. I might just go ahead and put it as my nickname now. Although it's probably not allowed, we'd get kicked off.
Jesus.
Go ahead. Sorry. I want to get Dale's question in.
That's absolutely fine. Yeah. So anyway, boys.
Sensible business match. It's Brock versus Bobby because if Bobby wins, it pushes for their match. Maybe at the Rumble, maybe at Mania, probably at the Rumble because I don't see people caring enough until Mania.
Not with this generation, man.
And sensual Bobby versus Brock because Maddie likes watching two beefy boys beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Okay, moving on to our penultimate match, boys. Now, I would have been excited for this match if we hadn't already seen it, including in a ladder match, 3 times.
I forgot all about this match.
Bayley versus Bianca. Now, is this the last woman standing? Or did they already... Yeah, this is the last woman standing in Saudi Arabia where they're going to be wearing all-in-one catsuits. God help them.
The catsuits are a good look.
Yeah, but
they don't look bad, especially since Bianca makes her own gear.
Yeah, but in a last woman standing match, they are going to be sweating buckets in those outfits in desert heat. It must be so hard for them. But anyway, Bayley versus Bianca for the Raw Women's Championship or the Raw Championship. It makes a lot more sense than putting the word women on there. What difference does it make? It's a World Championship. They should just call them World Championships. But for the Raw Championship, is Bianca versus Bayley. Now, honestly, if Bayley doesn't win here, what are they doing? Jimmy?
I can't answer that because I don't think Bayley wins.
Oh, okay.
I just don't. I don't see, because to me, I think Bianca has reached Super Cena levels with how they book her. I think she was booked very similar to how Cena was during his prime, where it's like, yo, does he ever lose?
Bro, she literally squashed the women's tag champs by herself.
Yes.
She squashed Damage Control by herself.
And to be fair, I'll say she's a very marketable champion. She's the kind of person you could push like John Cena, so I get it. I don't see why you have her go over in the ladder match, which would have kept her looking at least somewhat strong because she never got pinned or anything.
Yeah.
To then go on and lose a last woman standing match, which would make her look very, very weak.
Unless, well, we all believe that Damage Control aren't winning the tag titles. Correct?
They're not.
Alexa and Oscar are keeping them. Well, that means Dakota and Io are free to interfere in this match, which is no DQ. Now, we know Bianca has already technically squashed the 3 of them in a ladder match before, but it is the perfect opportunity to have Bianca look super strong in defeat by having 3 women be the reason she loses the title.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this. I can think of one person who looked strong in defeat for a last man standing match.
And was it this
and
year?
That was Brock freaking Lesnar.
Shawn Michaels, Royal Rumble 2004.
Yep, I was about to
Shawn Michaels, Royal Rumble 2004. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, last man standing. They both lost. Both looked amazing in defeat.
Well, they both lost.
If
there's a winner and a loser, I don't see how the loser looks good in defeat here. That's my thing. Because you've beat...
Okay, you want me to tell you how Shawn Michaels looked good in defeat here?
Hold on, though. You've had Bayley basically beat Bianca twice now?
Yeah.
And now you've had Bianca beat her twice?
3 times.
3 times. Okay, so they've already going back and forth on this. But every time Bianca has lost, it was because of shenanigans.
Yeah.
If she can't answer a 10 count, there's going to be a lot of shenanigans that make me think, okay, well, at least she still looked strong. Like the stuff with Brock. Brock looked phenomenal in defeat.
Yeah.
Unless you're just rehashing what you already did, I don't see how you make Bianca still look like Super Cena in defeat for a last woman standing. I just
Now,
don't.
To take what Nick brought up, Shawn Michaels versus Triple H at Royal Rumble 2004. I explained this match in length to Captain whenever I was out in Arkansas with him because this is my all-time favorite match. The difference between Bianca and Bayley here is you can't look at them like you can look at Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Triple H and Shawn Michaels at that point in time were equals. They were at the exact same level in terms of talent, in terms of where they were in the company. Now, Bianca and Bayley, you can say that they are at the top level, but in no way, shape, or form are they in the top in-ring quality. Bianca is head and shoulders above Bayley with how athletic she is, how capable in the ring she is.
Would you say they're at least equals due to the fact that Bayley can tell stories and psychology better than Bianca?
Oh, yeah. I do say that, which you can kind of put, her in the Shawn Michaels aspect as where in the Triple H aspect to where Bianca would be the Shawn Michaels work rate aspect there. But you can't look at them like that because in my eyes, Shawn Michaels and Triple H were at the exact same level. Bianca is just that little bit better than Bayley. So her using damage control to
That's just it. I don't think Bianca is better than Bayley.
And also, listen, if damage control gets involved, what's to stop Alexa and Asuka from just getting involved like they always do as well?
And another difference between that would be Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. There was zero interference throughout the entire match. The reason Shawn Michaels went over looking good in that match is because Triple H got stretchered away with Evolution following him. Yeah. Shawn Michaels was put onto the stretcher and threw it off to the side, walked his own way out. So that's how you can make someone look strong in that aspect. I don't see them doing that with Bianca and Bayley.
No. But I just don't see Bianca leaving with the title. I think she's had a phenomenal run, but I compare it to the Adam Hangman Page run of where she's had fantastic matches, but that's about it around the booking.
Yeah, it's not been the best run. She's got great matches holding the belt.
That's what I mean. Paige had fantastic matches while he was world champion, but the stories and the booking around her.
Bayley has been the most legitimate story that she's had, and they've kind of squandered her versus damage control.
I think this is that's no contest. I think both of them not answering is the way they're going to go.
I would like that. Because it would be a callback to Royal Rumble.
It just continues on into the Survivor Series. Yeah. So the big thing is I think Candice LeRae gets if Damage Control and Alexa and Asuka get involved, Candice LeRae gets involved. Who she sides with, I think, will be important.
Nick. What if they just straight rehash Mania 2020? Have Candice LeRae fill in that third spot while Bianca and Bayley are too busy taking on each other. Give Candice that spot. I know it would be hot-shotting her into the world title spot, but it could work.
I don't see him doing it this late. I think we'd have already had it announced.
I don't either, but it still could work.
I think it would be a good place to stick your Money in the Bank women's winner if you had one still.
Yeah.
But they don't.
Yeah, because for some reason they just are obsessed of having the Money in the Bank for the women's be cashed in either the same day or the day after.
Yeah, to touch on this, I agree that Bianca's run is stale, 100%, and it needs to be freshened up. I just don't think they're going to take the title off her. I don't think they take the title off her until Mania.
Well, I have a feeling that the reason I think the reason they took the tag titles off Damage Control was because they're putting the Raw title on Bayley. They didn't want all the gold in one group, but they still want it.
Do with literally everybody.
Exactly. So they want Triple H is trying to do something different, which is why I think Bayley's going to win. I'm assuming you're going with Bianca, Jim.
Yeah, if Bayley wins, I'm not surprised. Fully, I am a little bit shocked because again, I think Bianca is at Super Cena level, and I don't see her losing until WrestleMania.
Okay, and May, who are you going with?
I see Bianca winning, holding the title aloft, and then we see Charlotte. I think this is where we'll see Charlotte.
Okay. Right. So we're not fully agreed there, but we're getting
real quick though. Has she won? Yeah, she won the Royal Rumble already, hasn't she?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why people saying her winning this year. I've seen some people be like, Charlotte should win. It wouldn't make sense making her the first 2-time.
If Bianca's still champion going to Mania, there's already a story there. She goes, "You've beaten all the other ones. You haven't beat me. Go with the story." And then there you go. That's what I assume is going to happen. But yeah.
Right, that's fine. Right. Moving on, lads, to our final match. The main event.
Logan Paul.
Oh, this is so stupid.
With his brother in the corner.
Roman Reigns, the GOAT, the longest reigning WWE champion in 30 years. The man who hasn't lost a match.
Like Sami Zayn don't exist.
The man who hasn't lost a match in 3 years.
He lost Xavier Woods last year, buddy boy.
Okay, sorry. With the exception of Woods, he hasn't lost a match in 3 years.
He hasn't been pinned. He has not been pinned.
Yeah, he has not been pinned.
Since Baron Corbin, baby.
Fuck. So yeah, it's been about 3 years.
It's been 3 years since Roman Reigns has been pinned. If anybody in their right mind thinks that Logan 2 matches Paul without a massive amount of assistance is going to beat Roman Reigns and make every single challenger that has gone up against Roman Reigns for the past 3 years look like absolute dog shit compared to a celebrity part-timer, you are out of your friggin' mind. Roman, all this crap about Roman's not leaving the desert with both belts. They ain't splitting those belts. Right? They didn't put them on Roman just to split them up 6 months later. They're keeping those titles unified for as long as possible because it's making money. They are selling more belts on WWE Shop. They are selling more Bloodline merch than they have sold any other merchandise since Cena.
I mean, shit, Honorary Uce has sold out 3 times now, hasn't it?
Exactly.
Hey, there is someone that has overtaken the Bloodline as far as merch goes.
Really? Sammy.
Is it Sammy?
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
right.
White Rabbit.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And
we'll have to talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we do stuff to talk about that.
Perfect segue, guys.
You're welcome.
You brought it up. Bray Wyatt.
Do you see him popping up in this match?
Fuck no. Please no. God no.
God no.
No.
Right? They should keep Bray as far away from the World Championship as they can.
I wholeheartedly agree there.
There's a certain fact is, to quote Jake Roberts, titles are there to make stars. If you don't need them, don't use them. Bray Wyatt does not need a World Heavyweight Championship to be considered a top guy. The biggest problem with The Fiend was that they pushed him to the World Championship. It completely killed the credibility of the belt. It killed the credibility of all of his opponents, and it killed the credibility of the run. Having Bray as champion was just stupid. There was no reason to put the belt on him at all. He didn't need it. Right? It behooves the company to keep the belt away from Bray Wyatt. But not necessarily this match. But we know Bray is okay with going to Saudi. We see Bray Wyatt
showing up? They said he was showing up.
Oh, there we go. So
yeah, he's already been announced for the show.
What do we think Bray / Uncle Howdy / Bo Dallas are going to be doing at the show?
Uncle Howdy, again, I'm sticking with the puppeteer thing. He's controlling Bray Wyatt, and that's why Bray Wyatt is saying, I'm going to hurt some people, and I'm going to do some things that people are not going to enjoy.
And that won't be sorry.
It's going to be against his will. It's literally the voice in him that will be his. He will be the dark passenger. There we go. I used a Dexter reference there for you, David McIntosh. Anyway, Bray will be there to destroy somebody. It won't be Roman. If it's Roman, I'm doing the Roman GIF. Click, turn it off. I ain't with it. That's be stupid. And obviously, Triple H learned nothing from the mistakes of their past. I think if he's going to tag anybody, since he's listed as the number 1 babyface, he has to go after a heel. The only heel to me that makes sense, Karrion Kross. So the problem you have there, though, is who, if you do a feud with those two, how do you book that? And they both come out the other end looking good, at least okay. I don't know, but that's what I think happens. I think he attacks Karrion Kross.
I will say that Karrion is very, very good at story work. He's very, very good at backstage promos. He's good at vignettes. He's good at building the story around his matches.
They're both good at talking.
His delivery in the matches, not so good.
He has to have a dance partner. He
has to have a good dance partner, someone that can lead, because otherwise it just doesn't go well. But I completely agree. I can see Bray and Karrion going at it, because if they are doing a faction of the Wyatt Six, and it's not just what I thought the Wyatt Six was, which was the 6 sides of Bray Wyatt, then Karrion Kross makes sense fitting into that faction. Scarlett makes sense fitting into that faction. They're both creepy, spooky bollocks characters that fit with Bray's creepy, spooky bollocks character. But I don't know if he's going to attack Kross at this pay-per-view.
I changed my mind already on it, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I think with him, if he has this dark passenger that is telling him what to do, technically he could go after baby faces and it still works. Because he could destroy them and be like, oh God, I didn't mean to do this.
What did I do?
And you could still get sympathy for him and everything on it. So with that said, I think he destroys Drew McIntyre.
And we move on to Drew versus Bray.
Yep. I think that's a great thing to go with.
Yeah, it is. I'd agree with that. That makes a lot more sense than Karrion Kross as well. Okay, boys. So, predictions. Roman Reigns or Logan Paul?
I want to see Logan Paul get speared out of a fucking moonsault.
Yes.
Bro,
yes.
That's not happening.
Ain't gonna happen. I just want to see Roman smash the little bastard. Like, that's what it boils down to.
This is gonna go 20 minutes, bro.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is gonna go
I know
long.
it's gonna go. Well, the annoying thing about Logan Paul is he proved in his last 2 matches.
He's good in the ring. Why is he good at wrestling?
Yeah, he can
Because
go.
he's a talented man. He's
Unfortunately, he's a very talented man. He's a git, but he's a very talented man. So this match will go 20 minutes. I completely agree with that. But there is a snowball's chance in hell. The day the devil needs a snow shovel will be the day that part-time Logan Paul wins the undisputed Universal WWE Championship.
Maddie, I'll let you go.
Yeah, no, it's like, again, Roman. I want to see him spear Logan Paul out of a fucking moonsault.
How about a frog splash? That's more realistic.
Nah, dude, I want him to be upside down while he takes the spear,
so he can land on his head.
Yeah.
Bro, what did Logan Paul do to you, man?
But no, this is gonna be a good match for no reason whatsoever other than Logan Paul is taken to this like a fish takes to water. Roman Reigns is gonna win in about 18 minutes.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Jim?
So I'm just gonna go different for the sake of being different here.
Okay. I swear to God.
I'm not taking Logan Paul.
Okay.
Good.
I don't think Roman walks out with both those belts, though. Because what we've learned in the past with the Money in the Bank is the day is always darkest before the dawn.
Yeah.
Austin Theory has been run through the mud.
Yes, he has.
He's become an afterthought with that briefcase.
Yes,
Wrestle Buddy Cap has been shooting on it all 2 months now.
Austin Theory isn't buried, Cap. He's not buried. This is just how the story goes for him.
Well, while you're on that subject, Jim.
Hold on. To say it's the perfect opportunity to do it because you could have Austin Theory cash in and pin Logan Paul. And then Roman comes back on Monday, paperwork in order. You only get one of those titles. He gets the Universal title back. He's never lost the title. They could continue on with their 1,000-day reign.
He still hasn't been pinned.
He hasn't been pinned, and the briefcase was literally only for one title, not both titles. The titles are separated. Roman still gets to look like Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, and whoever does eventually beat him still has that grand celebration of being the one to actually beat Roman
Cody
Reigns.
Rhodes.
To go off of Jimmy's point, if this were to happen, aren't him and Seth Rollins kind of in a thing right now?
No, I think Seth and Ali are in a thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was about to say
because a match with him on Monday,
which apparently Seth is doing an open challenge at the show, which I assume will be answered by Ali.
Oh yeah,
Seth will win. No need to go over it.
But
on the subject of Austin Theory, there are a lot of rumors around at the moment that Austin Theory will be the first Money in the Bank briefcase holder who will hold the title, the case, until the day he has to cash it in.
That would be so dumb.
That we cut PLE, which is Money in the Bank, right?
Which is no longer a PLE.
I know it's going to be
Money in the Bank's not going to be.
No, apparently they've done away with Money in the Bank, and they're going to be doing the Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
so are we going to
wait? So Simon finally got his wish.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So if they do that and he cashes in and he holds it till his last day, we're going to have 2 Money in the Bank winners.
No, they'll just edit and have WrestleMania being the last day he can cash in,
and then
he will cash in at WrestleMania.
If there's 2 briefcases, I think that would be interesting as fuck, though. I think that could be very, very interesting because you could have them feuding, and then essentially you have a babyface with a briefcase. They cash in, and then Austin Theory comes in, immediately cashes in on them, and then I think there's a lot of cool things you do with 2 briefcases. So if that's the case, he doesn't cash in. I hope not. I think that could be cool. But I do think this is one of those times where in the past we were kind of jumping the gun. I think there's some real – I think we should give it some serious consideration this time around. That Theory might cash in because, again, he's an afterthought right now.
Yeah, I was about to say right now would be the perfect time for him to cash in. But I do like the idea. I know you're not a big fan of it right now, Jim, but like I'm a big fan of Austin Theory being the first person to hold it 365 days.
But here's why I don't like that is because he already kind of comes across as a goofball.
Yeah.
If you do this with his first run with something like this, I automatically going to think this is the dumbest fucker that's ever walked the planet. Like, what is he doing? Like, this is the dumbest thing. And then I think it ruins him.
Well, but every time he's gone to cash in, something bad has happened.
Yeah, because he's
that could be something stuck at the back of his head.
Because he doesn't have special counsel. Now
the Usos are still there. Oh,
he
good
still
point.
has special counsel.
Right, but that's the card, boys. That is WWE Crown Jewel 2022. Not the most exciting show in the world, but I'm sure it'll be entertaining either way.
We still made an hour and a half out of it almost.
Ah, well, we like to talk. It's always the one. Right, you guys, you got anything you want to plug before we shoot off?
Excuse me. Matt, you go.
Live watch along Saturday, Sunday. We've got extra long podcast as we are going through the aftermath and the weekly news. Other than that, Monday, Nick can plug
Monday night, 11 p.m. UK time, which will be, I have no idea what that is your time, Jimmy.
5 o'clock my time.
I was about to say, no, by that time, clocks will be back to normal. So we'll be 7 hours, or I'll be 7 hours behind.
Yes. So it's 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern, and 4 o'clock Maddie's time, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Will be the Body Wars tiebreaker. Whether this man shows up or not, there we go, down there. Whether this man shows up or not,
spoiler, I'm not.
Besides the point, I promised the fans a winner. They will get a winner. They all voted just because he has decided to throw a temper tantrum over this because he didn't win.
Bro, I had one vote come in like literally seconds after the poll.
Yeah, but guess what? The poll shut. It doesn't matter if it came in.
So the tiebreaker go to the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker is the vote that got wrote in.
No, it's not. The poll shuts at a certain date. The tiebreaker originally was
three times.
I was going to decide who won. And honestly, Jimmy, I would have given you the victory.
Three
but
times.
The invisible hand has decided.
Fucking viewed.
The invisible hand has decided that we will be doing a quiz tiebreaker. That we'll be doing a tiebreaker quiz because we like quizzes on this channel. It's fair. The booking went to a stalemate, so now it's a quiz. So 11 p.m. UK time on Monday. It's a late show because the captain's only available then. We'll be having the Buddy Wars tiebreaker.
Let's also reschedule so that somebody can make it.
Well, you could make it at any time, Jim, but apparently you're not going to bother.
Why am I getting brought into this?
There we go. Right, anyway. Right, so Body Wars Grand Finale tiebreaker, Monday at 11
Why am
p.m.
I getting brought into this?
Get his ass. Get his ass.
Now we got Amanda calling bots for Jimmy.
It's always the way. Right. But also, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize if you watch the Geek Buddy channel, our other channel, which you really should like, share, and subscribe to. It's fantastic. We do movie reviews. We do anime
reviews. A lot of y'all that aren't subscribed yet.
Trailer reactions. We do everything on that channel for anything nerdy.
Well,
I do anime reviews. I missed it this week because I had family considerations. This Tuesday, there will be a double review of Bleach: The 1,000-Year Blood War Arc, episodes 4 and 5. And tomorrow night at 12 p.m. my time, because of the time difference, we'll be having SmackDown, meaning at 5 past 2.
Got the emoji.
Meaning at 5 past 2. Meaning at 5 past 2 in the AM my time will be the live SmackDown recap. Please tune in. I, unlike this man here, like to deliver every single week, regardless of my personal issues.
Hey, I love to deliver. And just, are you done plugging? Because I got some stuff to plug.
I am done plugging. Plug away.
First and foremost,
Dear God.
Trip King of Wrestling. Join us. I got Tidy and Captain. See, no hard feelings on the Captain, even though I got royally screwed on that nonsense.
Dude,
he's still on the show.
Full screen,
and
Jim?
this week, on top of us going over our favorite moments from the week, we will be going over 5 years from now, where we will go over WWE and AEW and who we think in 5 years from now should be running each part of the division. So if you're into that kind of stuff, tune in. Tidy will be there. Captain will be there. I will be there. It'll be a good time. With that said, Buddy Wars, you can tune in for that quiz, but I'm not tuning in for a quiz to determine the fantasy book because it doesn't make any sense. I'll have a replacement. Y'all can enjoy that when it happens. Dun dada. Raw recap.
Jimmy.
Dun dada.
Jimmy.
Dun dada. But
Jimmy.
because I want to deliver for the fans.
Quick question.
Maybe I'll just take my show over to my channel. How about them apples? You like
Quick
them
question.
apples? Invisible
How do you
Hand.
know the quiz isn't going to be on booking?
It's not going to be on booking?
No. It's going to be
Even
about
crazier.
the quiz is about booking.
Let's
The
have a
questions
quiz
are all going to be related
on
to
cooking.
booking.
Let's
Booking.
have a bake off to see who wins the
Look at this
Cooking
man.
Wars championship. Who can make the best butter cake?
Booking, Jim,
Who can
with
make
a
the best
B.
butter cake?
Butter cake?
Booking with a B.
Oh my
Not
goodness.
cooking with a C. This is just getting
But
ridiculous.
yeah,
Anyway,
maybe I'll take
right,
the
you know
recap
what? No,
over my
no.
channel.
You do what you like. I'm taking this home. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy what we do here at Wrestle Buddy, if you enjoy the content we put out, please consider liking this video, sharing to the channel, and hitting that little notification bell so you don't miss any of our future content that we put out. It's free. Do it for me. Look at this face. Look at this face. Look at
He
that
is an
face.
adorable man.
Look at
He is
these
an adorable man. Look at his face.
Look at this face.
Look at him.
Do you really
They're
want to
looking.
upset this
Look at
face?
him. They're looking.
Do you want to make him cry?
I cry a lot, I'll be honest. I'm an emotional guy. But come on. We've got to do this right. Subscribe to the channel, like the page, hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss anything coming up in the future. Matty, take us home.
Stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated, my friends. This is the point where we wave. Bye.